Something huge just dropped, and it's going to ripple through a lot of lives in ways most folks probably haven't fully grasped yet. President Trump scored a major win in the Supreme Court, and I'm not talking about a political flex. This is a legal, structural, history-shaping kind of deal. The ruling touches on everything from birthright citizenship to how much power courts have over the president's decisions. It even changes how everyday rights might look depending on where you live. If you're a parent, a senior, an immigrant, or just someone who cares about what the government can and can't do, this matters to you. Let's break it down, figure out what happened, and talk about what's coming next. Oh, and real quick, drop a comment below. Do you think courts should be able to block a president's policy for the whole country, or should that power be limited? I'm curious to hear your take. Here's the deal. The Supreme Court ruled 6-3 that federal district courts can't slap nationwide injunctions on policies unless it's part of a certified class action lawsuit. Sounds like lawyer jargon, right? But it's a game changer. Lower courts have long used these injunctions to freeze controversial executive orders across the entire U.S. This ruling says they can't do that anymore unless specific legal boxes are checked. The first big fallout? Trump's executive order ending birthright citizenship for kids born to undocumented immigrants or non-green card holding foreign nationals. That order can now take effect in 28 states that weren't part of the lawsuits trying to block it. Yeah, it's a big shift. For over 150 years, the U.S. has held that if you're born here, you're a citizen, thanks to the 14th Amendment. That was solidified in 1898 when the Supreme Court ruled a child of Chinese immigrants was a citizen. So when Trump's order came out, courts in places like Seattle and Maryland called it unconstitutional and blocked it nationwide. But now, with this new ruling, those blocks only apply in states tied to the lawsuits. A kid born in California might be a citizen, but one born in Arizona might not be, just based on which states were in the case. That's a messy patchwork, and for new parents, it's a nightmare not knowing if your child will have citizenship based on geography. This isn't just about birthright citizenship, though. The ruling opens the door for other stalled executive orders. Think voter ID mandates, education policies targeting diversity programs, or even freezes on federal funding for certain programs. These aren't just ideas. They've been on hold, and now they might move forward faster because courts can't stop them as easily. Supporters of the ruling, including Trump, say it's a win for balance. They argue one local judge shouldn't derail national policy for everyone. Trump called it a victory for the Constitution. But critics like Justice Sotomayor, who gave a rare oral dissent, say it's a threat to rights. She argues that if a policy is unconstitutional, it shouldn't be allowed anywhere, not just in states that sued. Both sides have a point. Courts shouldn't have unchecked power, but it's also unfair if your rights depend on your zip code. What's next? The Trump administration hasn't clarified how this citizenship change will work. Will hospitals check immigration status? Will kids in some states be denied Social Security numbers or passports? They say details are coming, but for now, it's legal limbo. Nonprofits are gearing up for a wave of lawsuits, likely class actions, to fight back. Others worry we're headed for a chaotic time where laws vary wildly by state. This all happened because Congress hasn't updated these rules, leaving the executive branch and courts to duke it out. This ruling shifts the balance, giving the president more room to act. It could affect voting, healthcare, education, you name it. Even if you're not directly impacted now, this changes how policies reach your state or family. Stay tuned, because this is just the start. Share your thoughts below. What's happening where you live? And if this helped you make sense of things, pass it along to someone who needs a clear explanation. More's coming, so let's keep watching this together.